Here's an initial deal of spider four-suit solitaire. Many of the things that make a good move are fairly well known. For instance, to put this jack on this queen is an in-suit move, and that would be a good thing to do. One consideration that I have has to do with what I would sometimes call market value. How rare and how is a situation? How much of a resource do we have? Here, for instance, we have 2 7s and only 1 6 that needs a home. And therefore, I believe that the best opening move here is to put this 6 on one of those 7s. And the reasoning is that if I do that, okay, and uncover some more cards, and one of them is a jack, okay, suppose this last card turns out to be a jack, I will have a place to put it on this queen, and it will be more important than putting the jack of clubs on the queen. That's why I consider that one of the highest priorities. So let me do that right now. Okay, we got a 9, which is not that helpful. Now, there's no particular reason to the things we're likely to want to do now are to move the 5 onto the 6 and the 4 onto the 5. Of course, being careful to do it in that order, because if we put this 4 on the 5 first, then it's not an in-suit combination and cannot be moved as a unit. The other one is to do this in-suit club move. I would choose to do that first. Okay, we got an ace, which is not very helpful. Now I go back to the rest of the plan, put the 5 on the 6. And after each move, you really should be reevaluating. I was going to put the 4 on the 5, but a single new card changes things. Now here's an interesting dilemma. We have 2 or 3 aces that we could put on this 2. This ace of clubs has no advantages, but the ace of hearts is over only 3 cards. The ace of spades is over 4 cards. So there's some advantage to putting the ace of hearts there because we are closer to an empty column. On the other hand, the ace of spades keeps this what I sometimes call an atomic unit, a sequential series of cards that can be moved as a unit. In this case, I think I'm going to want to do that. If there was, say, only 1 card under here and 2 cards under here, I might make the opposite decision, but we're still pretty far away from a free column. So I'm going to do this in-suit move here. I can't really give you a strong reason why I want to do that before putting the 4 on the 5, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, now things have changed again. Now we have the prospect of an in-suit move, which also works on our smallest pile of cards to uncover. So let's try that. Ooh, and now we have a 3. This is an interesting case. The thing that immediately comes to mind is putting the 2 ace on there on the 3. But I'm not sure I want to do that. More important, I think, is getting this 3. We want to get an empty column if we can. So we move the 4 first. That allows us to be sure that we do not lose the ability to move the 4 at all. Having done that, we've uncovered a 10 of spades, which is interesting, but not higher priority than what we were doing before. Now I move the 3 of hearts. And what do we get? A queen. Well, no immediate implications to that. How do we proceed from here? Well, we have this in-suit move here, which is obviously preferable in hearts, the 2 to the 3, which is obviously preferable to this one over here, since they have the same number of cards in them. And so I will just do that. And now we get an 8. So now there's an interesting sort of thing developing here with a lot of potential to make a big pile from queen down to 7. But anyway, the first thing I notice is that now we have a new market value situation where there's only 1 8 that needs a home and 2 9s that can receive it. And it's also just a great move because it's a pile without many things in it. Okay, now there's another 8. Yeah, okay, let me pause here and take a break.